My name is Gordon Shallow. I'm the curator of the St. Vincent Botanical Garden, the oldest in the Western Hemisphere. And today, just to give you a brief background of our 9 Nights of Lights, as to how it started, what was the motivation, and a bit of behind the scenes of what it takes to get 9 Nights of Lights done. First and foremost, 9 Nights of Lights actually started in 2015 when the Botanical Garden celebrated its 250th anniversary of existence. As a part of celebrating this 250 milestone, I came up with the idea of having an annual celebration. Basically, having a calendar year of activities celebrating different aspects of the Botanical Gardens and its development. We started off in January of 2015 with the arrival of the breadfruit, and we had many different ideas all throughout the year. It was a very ambitious one, and for December I came up with the idea of 9 Nights of Lights. The impetus for 9 Nights of Lights, apart from just having an activity to celebrate in December, some of the backdrop actually was that our unique Vincentian celebration during Christmas, 9 mornings, was a bit on a, I would not say controversial issue, but there were other countries in the region and elsewhere that were also joining in on 9 mornings and having their own version of 9 mornings. And it was questioned as to whether 9 mornings was truly a unique Vincentian tradition. Added to that, growing up not too far from the Botanical Gardens in Stony Grounds with my foster family, my grandmother, I remember specifically mentioning to me in her younger days in courtship and so on, would come to the Botanical Gardens during the night, on moonlight nights and so forth. And that stuck with me. Lo and behold, several decades later, or decade and some later, that I am the curator, and as I said, we're looking to celebrate such a massive milestone. I basically twinned those two things together. When I first came to the Botanical Gardens and doing my literature review on the gardens, I found out that in law, under the Botanical Gardens Act, that the Botanical Gardens can actually be opened on moonlight nights. So twinning that with the idea of 9 mornings or being questioned as to if it's a truly unique Vincentian celebration, I decided to come up with 9 nights, because for sure, at least at that time, there was no other country in the Caribbean or in the world that I knew of that celebrated any such thing. So I came up with the idea, and we put it on the calendar of activities for 2015. And that was basically the genesis. Thereafter, we decided to make it an annual event, and it went on in 2016 to now 2020. But just hasten to say that the concept that I had in mind for 9 nights, lighting up the gardens and also having different activities, what I envisioned and the vision that I painted to my staff and to the committee at the time was so grand, and it was, I would say, probably a bit too big for a person's understanding. However, when we came time to execute and to solicit support from corporate sponsors and so forth, it was not very forthcoming in the first year. As most people would know, that when you're starting out something new of its kind for the very first time, that you do not often readily get the support that you anticipate. And so it happened, and we basically had to do it out of pocket. National Park Rivers and Beaches Authority basically fully sponsored that first 9 Nights of Lights in 2015, and it was a far drop from the vision that I painted towards the staff in terms of the number of lights and fixtures and the areas that were lit and the quality of it. But however, to my own surprise, knowing what I painted to the staff and the whole team and what came out. When patrons came in on that very first night, I must admit that I was marveled. I was overwhelmed with joy that every single person that came in, every single boy, every single girl, every single adult, every single parent came in, and it was a spectacle for them, and no one said anything bad. It was just everything but encouragement, and persons were saying, wow, it looks so lovely, and they see the idea, they can conceptualize what it is, and they knew that we'll get better as years go by. And that basically, in a nutshell, was the very first 9 Nights of Lights, 2015. And in 2016, we gained a little more traction as it related to soliciting support, corporate support, financial support in getting lights, better quality lights, more areas lit, and so many other things. And 2017 nonetheless was just better, and it kept on going, gaining momentum. And 2019, just last year, was our biggest celebration. We noted to be a great success, not just because we have reached very close to that very first vision that I cast for the staff and the whole team in terms of the lights, fixtures, and so on, but I count it a success because of the number of patrons that come out and to support us, the quality of the program that we have, and also you hear it as far as in the diaspora, in the US and in the UK, it's reverberating out there, and it's becoming its own unique Vincentian celebration. So just to enlighten a bit as to what entails the program. So 9 nights, as I said, we lit in the gardens from the 15th to the 23rd of December. Gates are open at 6. The actual program begins at 7 and goes about to 10:30, 11 thereabout. Every night is slated to have a different performance. We have an opening night on the 15th, a grand opening where we have a church, usually a local church nearby, comes in, and open the celebration. We have guest speakers, the director, the minister, and so forth, myself. And we have different bands playing. The police band usually comes, or a segment of the band comes. We have gospel singers, we have lots of local artists, we have dancers, drummers, calypsonians. And that's basically the opening night. And from there on, the other successive nights, we have different theme nights. Some of the nights that we have, for example, we have a calypso night, we have a drum and dance night, we have a steel pan night, which we recently added just last year. And although we had a steel pan component that may have been throughout certain parts of a night or two, but last year was the first night we had where the whole night was steel pan. We have the Yulo pan movement that encompasses all the different local pan groups across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they come out and put on quite a show and is well received by all of our patrons, and that is another staple for 9 nights for many years to come, as long as we have 9 nights, God willing. We also have a gospel night. We always have a gospel night, and we want to always make sure that we know the reason for the season, the Christmas season, being Christ-centered. So we have a gospel night there as well too. And what we aim to do with the program is to appeal to all members of the family. At the Botanical Gardens, we also have a movie night, and that one is basically one of the main nights that the kids love. Come and sit down on the lawn, with their family, with a blanket, and we have our big screen, and everybody sits down and enjoy a lovely Christmas-appropriate movie for the family, and eating your popcorn and your cotton candy and so on. So that is a lovely night for the children. I'd like to emphasize that all of our activities that we have are family-friendly and family-centered, that all members, whether the young, the old, or the not so young rather, the in-between, can come and enjoy the programs that we have. Also, we do not just have a program on stage. We're very interactive. We have little quizzes and little giveaways. And when you come, you're coming to socialize, to mingle and to create that loving memory with your family members and loved ones at the Botanical Gardens. We have lots of traditional eats and drinks. You can find ham, sorrel beer, you can find ginger beer, you can find lots of black cake and all of the other traditional food and eat that you have during the Christmas time. Now, we wouldn't be able to have a very successful 9 Nights of Lights without the workers, the actual people who come together to see this plan come to fruition. And I just want to highlight and thank my staff.
My name is Colin Peters, Administrative Officer at the Botanical Gardens. I have been involved in the 9 Nights of Lights since 2016. My main position is Installation Officer, and I'm also responsible for the designs.
My name is Vincent Roberts. I'm one of the workers in the Botanical Garden. It's 6 years now since I'm working with the light, to string the light and the conjure.
My name is Dejian Bunty. I work at the Botanical Gardens over 40 years now. I'm in charge of maintaining the Botanical Gardens, like weeding, raking, and taking care of it. That is my main job in the Botanical Gardens. My main job to the lighting up is to help run lights and staple down all the wires on them.
I am Julius Barber, and I worked here, and my part is to take care of the garden maintenance, clean, and all those stuff, plumbing and all those stuff. My part, I just play in the 9 Nights is to putting up of the structure, run the lights, and make sure everything is on tack.
I am Courtney Douglas. I am responsible for keeping the lawn clean at all times. I am responsible for running the lights for 9 Nights.
I am Giovanni Stapleton, and I had played a role in the 9 Nights last year by helping with the lights and the putting up of other stuff.
My name is Charles Delplesh. I'm responsible for cutting the lawn. Sometimes I supervise. And that's it for now. With the light up now, I'm the man who do the construction with the light up. The carpenter. I build all these structures, so we're doing the light up to put the light on.
I want to tell my staff thanks, for putting in the hard work and the effort and basically giving me the support over these years to see this unique, what we can truly call a unique Vincentian activity, festival, come to life, and that so many are proud across our nation and our diaspora to basically promote. Also, I want to thank all of our corporate sponsors out there over the years who have joined with us. I don't want to get into too many names right now, lest I forget and offend anyone. But I want to say a special thanks to Bragsa, who is responsible for coming along and basically making sure that all of our electrical installations are on par in terms of safety, protocol, and so forth. And that, in a nutshell, is 9 Nights of Lights. Just a bit to go back on the program, what we do every year with the program and the lights in of itself, we want to create an atmosphere where persons who come, regardless of what year you came, whether it was last year, 2019, or 2 years back, or you've never come, we want to make sure that every time that patrons walk through our gates, that every year it's different. And that's what we seek to do with our lights and our program. So you're not going to come a year and basically see the same lightings. You're not going to come and see the same fixtures. You're going to see something new. We're going to wow you each time with our creativity in design and execution, and even where our program is concerned, although we may have some staples, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of a pan night or a calypso night and so forth, but the actual rendition is always different. The actual performers may be different, or if not the performers, the actual performance is always different. We want to create something new and exciting. We want to, draw people in and bring people back to the Botanical Gardens and remind Vincentians especially to hold this garden dear to their hearts, to come and remember us and let us be a part of your memory, the creation of your memories with your family and so forth. And we just want to encourage you to come out to 9 Nights of Lights 2020 and beyond.